First, I want to say a big thank you, big shout out to EA Creator Network for allowing me to play Season 22 Shockwave early so I can bring this content to you guys before the season comes out to prepare you on what's coming up. So big shout out, big thank you to EA and the EA Creator Network for allowing me to do this. Oh my God, they did it! They did it! They did it! They did it! Yes! They did it! Oh my... Wait, see this? You see this? I'm kidding. Shout out all the controller players out there. Thank you. We literally don't have a game without controller players. So I'm not one of those people who are just like, obviously I want the game to be accessible to everybody, but I do want the game to be balanced. And the devs also seem to want the game to be balanced. So in season 22 Shockwave, aim assist is getting nerfed. Obviously, aim assist is very important to controller. You're stuck on the stick alone. There's a lot of things that you do need help because you can't cross. You have to cross that axis to be able to track targets and hit a target. I'm not saying that aim assist needs to go away completely. In fact, I think that controller as an input needs some buffs too, which I did bring up to the devs, like being able to reload on a door, to be able to res somebody on a door, to have multiple input buttons, to be able to do different things in the game so you're not stuck. I know a lot of controller players get stuck in loot boxes. You shouldn't be able to loot and move and loot at the same time. I don't know how mechanically that would work, but let me catch my breath from doing that because I was holding my breath the whole time I was talking and jumping and screaming. I'm getting old, man. But coming to season 22, aim assist is getting a 25% nerf no matter what. So across the board, aim assist will be reduced by 25%. But I know for a fact a lot of my controller friends that were playing in the playtest with me, i.e. specifically Low-Key Ross, was talking about how you didn't really feel that much of a difference. So if you're a higher sense controller player already, you kind of already feel what that feels like. But if you do play, you know, the cheese, what they call the cheese, the controller cheese, 4-3 linear, no dead zone, it might feel a little bit different. It might not pull as easy for you, but they will adapt. I know for a fact controller players are still going to play controller. Controller will probably still be very dominant, but it is a nice feeling to see that there is some balancing in the input coming from the game side, and they are recognizing that maybe aim assist has been a little bit too overtuned. So aim assist is getting a nerf in season 22. With that, on top of that, as a bonus to the mouse and keyboard players specifically who have dealt with this, but it does affect everybody in a positive way. So this is a positive change whether you're on a mouse and keyboard or not. It's just been felt a little bit, it feels a little bit different on mouse and keyboard than it does when you're on controller. Aim flinch and aim punch are now removed from the game completely. If those of you who don't know, aim flinch or aim punch is when you're ADSing and shooting somebody and they're shooting you back, and the moment that your shield is cracked, you start taking these physical shakes to your camera where your crosshair is moving up and down, and it's harder to aim through being shot at. So a lot of times when you're getting one clipped and you're shooting somebody back, but you're missing and they're not, and you feel like you're being accurate, it's because your screen is shaking up and down like this due to aim flinch. Aim flinch is a thing to make the game feel a little bit more realistic, as if you're getting hit, you know what I'm saying? But it's caused a lot of issues in the game, and it doesn't feel as good or as comfortable when fighting someone. So it's completely gone from the game. And I'm telling you what, after playtesting for 4+ hours, you can tell a major difference. One, we know that visual clutter is such a big deal in the game of Apex anyway. The screen's always shaking, things are always shaking. You got Gibby ults, you got Bangalore ults, you got care packages falling from the sky, shaking the whole screen when it hits the ground across the map, no matter what. This has helped tremendously, and it does make the game feel more smooth and more streamlined. And this is something that I have been begging for. You could probably find it in my tweets from a year plus ago that I've been begging for Apex to change. Even if they didn't reduce aim assist, just make aim punch go away so it doesn't feel like I'm doubly at a disadvantage when I'm getting sprayed. And now that's gone, and it feels so much nicer. And I can guarantee like I said before, a lot of my friends that play controller said it also feels nicer on controller. So there's also a thing that we've seen in the game this past season, specifically in solos, called battle sense. When you would do some damage to somebody and it would glow an outline of their person when they're going behind cover for a minute, or they would glow for a second, just to identify the enemy a little bit easier when you're fighting. Battle sense is now in the game completely. It's in pubs, it's in ranked, it's going to be in competitive, and it's a little bit tweaked. So battle sense is in the game, as well as the health bar above the character that you're fighting against, i.e. something like when you get scanned by a seer queue, you have your health bar show for a little bit, or when you use that perk when you come out of Alter's portal and you can see somebody's health bar for a little bit. It's the same thing with battle sense across the board for everybody, every legend. Now, before everyone thinks, oh, more wall hacks, great, oh, you can see me no matter what, that's not the case. It only works when you're in the line of sight, when the enemy is in line of sight. So if they're behind, if they're in smokes, Bangalore smokes, caustic gas, anything like that, if they go around a corner, anything, but it doesn't go through the walls for a period of time. It has to be in line of sight, but it does show when done damage, when you do damage to the character, kind of like what happens when you're playing Maggie and you shoot somebody. So battle sense is now across the board for every single legend in all aspects of the game, which once again, I think this has a lot to do with the visual clutter. Having that health bar above, it's kind of like in other games. You've seen it in Overwatch. I believe the finals did it as well, where you have the health bar above somebody's head, like while you're engaging in fights. One that can help like you calming to your teammates in situations. You have that teammate that you always got. You know who you are. You might be that teammate. Not to call you out. Oh, he's one. Oh, he's low. Oh, he's one shot. So a big part of this is to deal with visual clutter. I'm sure you can see things a little bit clearly. Now you don't have an aim punch. These are things, quality of life changes that they're bringing to the game to make the experience of the game a little bit smoother and a little bit better. Another big quality of life change that they added for brand new players is a thing called Bot Battle Royale. That's right, Bot Battle Royale. And I'm not talking about your games, Jimmy. That's right, Jimmy, I'm talking to you. If you're complaining about bot lobbies, you're probably the bot in the lobby. But Apex was thinking of you and they hooked you up. So here it is, Bot Battle Royale. It means you and your team or yourself by yourself can queue into a game, a full game of Apex Legends playing against bots. That's right, not real players, not other people, bots. What the devs really harped to us that the bots are attuned to lower player skill. So obviously they're gonna play like bots. They're gonna be very, very easy to kill and should be pretty easy to win. But if you're brand new to the game, if you're telling your homies to get on the game for the first time and you wanna show them what Apex is about, this is the perfect way to do it, because they should still have a little bit of trouble. They do shoot back, but obviously it's to get comfortable, to get attuned to the game. I will also say that I think as a high level player that Bot Royale will be a really, really, really good warm up for a lot of players. You can hop into a full lobby and have the still full time of around 10 plus minutes of playing the game, but not having to worry about it affecting any of your stats, because it doesn't affect any stats at all. It doesn't affect anything. You can't get any badges. You can't do anything. It's just hopping in. It's like shooting the dummies to the firing range. You know how that doesn't affect anything? It's the exact same thing, but the bigger experience of the Battle Royale. And I think this would be a really, really good warm up and good aim training situation and scenario that you could put yourself in by hopping into these Bot Royale games. So I think this is a great, great, great quality of life change. In my opinion, any tool in the game that can help you get better at the game is a huge plus. So big shout out to the devs at Respawn for adding Bot Royale for all of you bots. No, I'm just playing. Now, when it comes to game modes, one thing that we talked about and played a ton in the game is straight shot, but they added the revival changes to straight shot. If you guys didn't see my other video talking about what revival is, when I was talking about the brand new map E District, revival is a new version of Apex added to the game. Pretty much it means that as long as one of your teammates is alive, even if you get downed and completely finished, you'll respawn back in the game. They don't have to craft your banner. They don't have to grab banner. You can't grab banner. There's no banner to grab. They don't have to revive you. They don't have to res you. You just come back into the game after a certain amount of time. So as long as one of your teammates is alive, no matter what, you get to play the game and come back. So they're adding things into the game to allow you to work on your game, to get better at the game in so many different facets that I think it's a huge, huge, huge bonus to Apex. We've been asking for these things for a long time. Now I'm gonna slip this little one in here because I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. We did bring up the question to the devs, is it possible to maybe do something like enter the firing range while you're in queue waiting for a game? Now, obviously the requeue feature has been added last season to stop the monotony of going back and forth into the lobby while you're waiting for games to go back into your game and be bored the entire time. But they did say that is a possibility that in the future that they're working on a method to allow us to hop in the firing range while we're waiting for games to queue, like games like Overwatch do. Like you can go into the firing range and do deathmatch and stuff like that while you're waiting on queue. I think maybe Valorant does the same. I'm not 100% sure, but I would be super stoked if that's possible. Now, I don't know. That's not coming. They didn't give us a timeline. They just said it's possible. So throw another little gem in there for you, for all you nerds who want to warm up and stay warm in between your games, like myself. So let me know what you guys think of these changes. The aim assist nerf obviously is the biggest topic at hand here. I know I was a little dramatic at the beginning, but I want to hear from controller players. Do you guys think this is fair? I know a lot of controller players, especially high level controller players, also don't necessarily like how cranked aim assist is. Sometimes they want a little more control of what they're doing physically in the game. So this can help those players out too. Obviously, people are going to adapt. They're going to get more comfortable. They'll fine tune their sense to be a little bit better. But as a mouse and keyboard player, selfishly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm overjoyed to hear that there is a little bit of tuning of this situation that we've been dealing with for a long time. If there's any mouse and keyboard players left, maybe come back. Maybe this is the time that we come back. It might be mouse and keyboard season. It really might. It feels really, really good. It feels really comfortable. Not every fight feels like you're just getting out damaged every time. Obviously there's a skill disparity there, you know, just get good, kid, which I agree to an extent. I always say I just need to be better than aim assist. Like, okay, aim assist is there, I need to be better, and I still feel that way, but it is nice to have this tuned a little bit. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. And all the changes, everything from the aim punch, aim flinch going away completely, from battle sense to straight shot coming back, everything that you've seen so far. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about the brand new season 22 of Apex Shockwave. And is it going to be good? If you're a mouse and keyboard player that quit the game because you didn't want to deal with aim assist, are you going to come back? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for checking this out. And again, thanks to EA and Respawn for allowing me to bring this to you. Make sure you sub to the channel. Do it, please. We're getting closer and closer to 5,000 subs. We're going to be going hard all season 22. And if you want to see more early access gameplay before season 22 comes out and more early access content before season 2 comes out, make sure to hit subscribe. Go check out the videos. Go check out the playlist. Everything that's down below. Thank you guys so much for checking everything out. I hope you have a great... Thanks for checking everything out, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.